I get all my gear from Online Outfitters, and we'll tell you more about them at the end of the video.
So my job is to kill as many hogs as I can, and with Sierra as a sponsor, I intend on shooting up as much Sierra ammunition as possible. And so I get on this engagement. I call every opportunity that I have with my night gear an engagement. So I got a bunch of hogs out there. And my job is to kill as many of them as I can. In order to kill them, you got to shoot at them, okay? And that's the reason why I like using that APF MSR.
Yeah, they're on the move.
And so I'm looking at counting how many hogs there are, and I want to take them all out. Okay, I want to make sure that everything is safe. The deer have already cleared out. I got nothing but hogs out in front of me. Okay, so I set up on the Kopf-Jaeger, and I'm good to go. And what I'm doing, I'm trying to evaluate where all the hogs are, what the wind's doing, and when I shoot that first time, I know that it's going to be chaos. I get set up on the first one, and as soon as I pull that trigger, all hell breaks loose. Listening to the report, watching what was happening, I knew I got a bunch of them. Okay, but then one of them took off. Like, doggone it. But that's okay. You can't kill them all.
Okay.
I reach over to grab the Kopf-Jaeger, and all of a sudden, he comes back out looking for his friends. I couldn't let him leave. I need to let him join them. And I think I hit every single one of them. That was my job, to eliminate hogs. Eliminate as many as I could. And so on that engagement, Keith won that one. I'll put it that way. All right, so one of the cool things I think there is about hunting in Texas is the fact that it's game rich. And this particular ranch is down by the Texas coast. There's a lot of turkeys on it, a lot of white-tailed deer. And at nighttime, the hogs come out. The cool thing about it is when we're down here deer hunting, we always bring our gear to go hunt for hogs too, and the rancher says you can kill as many hogs as you want. So with Sierra as a sponsor, they've got the Game Changer ammo, and we're getting started tonight. So this first engagement, I want to show you, this is a really good sized sow. Got about 90 yards from it. This sow probably about 170, 180 pounds. And then this boar right here, he's probably a 120 pounder. I mean, it's a nice boar. But I want to tell you a little bit about the equipment that we're using. This is an APF modern sporting rifle. Of course, it's all tricked out with Timber Creek gear, and I've got it topped off with a Pulsar rifle scope. It has a laser rangefinder on it. And the reason why that's so important is because when you're hunting at night with a thermal unit, it's real hard for depth perception. So it's important to be able to tell how far they are. And well, that's really a game changer for me. And of course, I've got the Helion right here, the little Pulsar monocular right here. So of course, I've got the Kopf-Jaeger rest, and with the Kopf-Jaeger rest, it is absolutely like putting your gun in a vise, okay? You get set up on them and you start squeezing the trigger, and of course the gun's suppressed, and every single time you can hear that report. Sometimes they fall immediately, sometimes they run off in the brush, but the brush is so thick down here that we're not gonna go and gather the ones up that are in the brush and maybe thinking they're wasted. They're not wasted. The coyotes and the buzzards will eat them up all by tomorrow. So nothing's wasted. We're gonna take these guys back, and people are gonna make tamales out of these guys. So we're gonna go ahead and get them loaded up and see if we can get some more. The Burris Ranch has got a lot of hogs, but it's also got a lot of cattle, okay, a lot of deer. And so when I'm out there doing my deal at night, and I'm walking around and I've got my Pulsar, I'm real fast moving through the woods looking for any blobs, any white glowing areas where I know, okay, that's an animal. After identifying what there is, I can make a decision whether it's safe or not to shoot. And so I get in this one situation where I see hogs, okay? I know that I could take these guys. And I'm looking over what is that over there? It's behind a tree. I see a head and I think, golly, it looks like a big hog head, but is it? And so being an ethical hunter, being a careful hunter, I decided I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I am not gonna take a chance to shoot something that I do not have a 100% confidence in identifying what the target is. I don't wanna make a mistake. So I decided, I know that those are hogs right there. There's two of them and they're dead meat. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take them out first and watch and see what that is over there.
Right, go ahead.
And boy, it's a good thing. I knocked these two hogs down, and all of a sudden the unidentified object stands up, and sure enough,
It's a cow.
And it's a cow, and I think I'd have been escorted to the gate if I'd have shot that. And so, lesson learned, always make sure of your target before you pull the trigger, no matter what. All right, well, this guy wound up, I shot him really good, I thought, but he took off through the brush and I could see cows behind him, and I knew I made a lethal shot, and he went about 100 yards, found him with the Pulsar. And the thing is, I want to point out that tonight conditions are not real good. And what I mean by that is there is very little wind. Always try to hunt with wind in your face, and always do everything you can to eliminate human odor, and that's why we use scent killer. But with no wind to camouflage our sound, I'm walking real slow, and I'm taking my time to get to the animal. We're spotting the pigs way off in the distance, and then the rifle is shooting fantastic. I mean, it is drilling. So we're gonna go ahead and load this guy up and see if we can do that again. So this next engagement, I'm looking in the road and I'm seeing a deer and a hog. Okay, well, we don't shoot deer with thermal gear at night. We don't do that, okay? But we do shoot hogs. And I'm thinking, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get close enough to get set up for a shot if I can. And I'm making my way down. I get right up there, but also the deer gets boogery. Okay, and I think, doggone it, that deer's gonna run off and he's gonna take the hog with him. So anyway, I get all set up, and sure enough, that deer is boogery and off he goes. But the hog stayed. Too bad for the hog. I shoot and he drops in his tracks. But it's like, you know what? Sierra's a sponsor, and I'm not going to take any chances, so I just took another shot for insurance purposes. It had been a good night for me. It wasn't a very good night for the hog. So this is a really cool looking hog. If you take a look at him, kind of like a really woolly hog. I mean, got a lot of hair on him and all, and a perfectly placed shot, and this guy took a dirt nap like right now. I saw this guy from about 300 yards away, and there was a deer feeding in the road with him, and so we eased up and eased up and eased up and took our time getting up close to him, and the deer blew and took off, and I thought for sure was going to take the hog with it, and it didn't. I was filming through the Pulsar, and I was getting a lot of good footage, just waiting for the perfect shot, because it's like, you know, that last one I had to track him about 100 yards. I didn't want to have to track this guy. So I waited until he turned perfectly, sent it right in the right sweet spot, and down he went, took a dirt nap. But anyway, and the rifle is just, this little booger is shooting sweet as it can be. I mean, I didn't miss tonight, not one shot. But I'm telling you, if you're looking for a present for a hunter in your life, or a shooter in your life, this little Kopfjäger is worth its weight in gold. I promise you, it will take an average shooter and make you into a better shooter. With it, I didn't miss tonight. This has been a fantastic trip. I mean, we have filled the freezer big time. You know, on episode 1, if you missed it, go online and go back and watch episode 1. Okay, we shot a couple of bucks, lots of hogs, and had a really good first episode. This second episode, we shot deer, we shot lots of hogs. This has just been a great trip, and every single time we pull the trigger, turns out to be the perfect decision management-wise.
You know, there aren't many things out there like hunting. It is my biggest passion by far. You know, just sitting there waiting on a deer, turkey, hog, whatever it may be. It's like Christmas morning every morning. It is fantastic. And getting to be out here and do it with Keith and have a good time enjoying the outdoors, it's my favorite thing to do.
We shot a lot of animals that needed to be taken off the Bluff Ranch. And so, to me, this was an extremely successful hunt, and it's one that we look forward to every single year. Folks, if you like what we're doing, we want to hear from you. If you're not watching our show online, head on over to the YouTube channel, make sure and check it out, and while you're there, subscribe. My name is Keith Warren, and we'll catch y'all next time.
We'd like to thank Online Outfitters for providing us with all of our awesome gear that we use in our shows. From ammunition to thermal gear, if we need it, they have it. For more information on Online Outfitters, check out the link below.